The Hitman's Bodyguard is... Okay, Get Smart, right? Take that movie. Pretty good movie, right? I enjoyed it. If nothing else, it's an enjoyable movie. Take that and just make it bad. Yeah, you get The Hitman's Bodyguard for you. It's directed by Patrick Hughes and stars the likes of Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, Salma Hayek, Elodie Young, and Gary Oldman. Okay, here's the thing. This is a movie that should have just been an entertaining time at the movie theater. That's what I was going into this thing expecting. I'd seen these trailers, there were good jokes, there were not good jokes. And I was like, you know what? It looks like it's just an action-packed blast at the movie theater. And I'm sure I'm going to have a good time seeing it. Somehow, they managed to fuck that up and make it a boring, incoherent slock of a movie. Not a slock of a comedy movie. Not a slock of an action movie. Just a slock of a movie as a whole. There is so much to hate about this movie. It's amazing. It's amazing. There's shit in this movie I noticed that I've never noticed before in terms of, like, complaints. I'm going to complain about sound mixing in this review. And that's something that usually kind of goes over my head. Whether that's more a lack of film experience on my part because I'm 15 years old, or if that's just I'm stupid and don't notice that shit, I don't know. But I noticed it in this movie because it's bad. It's noticeable. It's there. And when you start to notice all these things, you start to get more and more pulled out of it, and you start noticing more and more bad things, and the good things start getting lesser and lesser. I'm going to start out talking about the good things, because I'd be lying to you if I said there weren't good things. There are a couple of good things about this movie. First of all, a couple of the performances. The one person that seems like they're having fun is Samuel L. Jackson. He seems like he's enjoying himself and having a good time. So most times when he's talking and has dialogue, you're kind of entertained because, like, he's having the fun that you wanted to be having while watching this movie. Samuel L. Jackson, at this point in his career, isn't doing much acting anymore. Aside from The Hateful Eight, he's gotten to the point where he has made this name for himself as Samuel L. Jackson. So he's doing the Samuel L. Jackson thing over and over again, which is fine. I don't really care as long as it's entertaining and interesting, and it was fun in this movie. I guess I liked him. Gary Oldman, that guy can fucking work miracles on whatever he's given. It's amazing that he's one of my favorite actors of all time. I really couldn't name you a bad performance of his. I don't know, I didn't see Criminal. But he's great. I really do. I like him a lot, and with the script that was handed to him, he still manages to put on a good performance. And that says a lot about him as an actor. In terms of the bad ones, Ryan Reynolds, who I try to defend as much as I can. He's great in Deadpool. He's great in Deadpool because of his charisma and because he's enjoying himself and having a good time. You just take those two things, just rip them out, and you've got his performance in this movie. He is half asleep the entire fucking time. You can tell he could give less of a shit about the movie he's working on, and that's really upsetting. That's really disappointing, because I like him. He is good. I wasn't a big fan of him in Life earlier this year. I didn't like him in this. He is a funny guy. He just is, but he was not trying in this movie. He's just dead the entire time, and Samuel L. Jackson has all the energy, and Ryan Reynolds has these opportunities to feed off of him, but you never feel like he does. He's always just sitting there, fucking moping around, being a little bitch, and it was always very annoying. And then Salma Hayek, the most annoying character in this movie, and I'm gonna get into why. Here's the thing. There is a correct way and an incorrect way to use the word fuck in movies. Fuck is a very important part of movies. Fuck is the difference between a PG-13 and an R-rated movie, and in a PG-13 movie, when you get that one fuck, it can actually be very impactful.
Excuse me, I'm Eric Lensher.
Sounds Xavier.
Go fuck yourself.
This movie uses fuck in, like, all the wrong ways. Now, I'm always down to listen to hear Samuel L. Jackson say motherfucker a bunch. But even in this movie, it's like, stop! Stop! They don't use it to add to the punchline. They don't use it to add to the comedy. Well, they do use it to add to the comedy, because they think that just saying fuck is funny. I'd like to use two examples to show how to use fuck excessively correctly and how to use fuck excessively incorrectly. The correct way is in a movie right there called The Big Lebowski.
His wife goes out and owes money all over town and they pee on my rug?
They pee on your fucking rug?
They peed on my fucking rug.
That's right, dude. They peed on your fucking rug.
They say fuck all the time. And it's funny because it's used in a manner where the word is actually necessary to use. And it's impactful. And it helps the line to be funnier. It's part of the character. It's part of the joke. And it's what makes it funny.
Dude, are you fucking this up?
Who is that?
That is the driver. I told you. Shit!
What the fuck's going on there?
Walter!
What the fuck is going
He
on?
hung up, man! You fucked it up! You fucked it up!
Take Sausage Party, which is the incorrect way to use fuck excessively. They just say fuck because the writers were sitting at a table and went, wouldn't it be funny if all of the fruits and all of the foods, they all said fuck because they're fruits and fruits don't talk.
You big skin! She's feeling me fucking skin!
That'd be really, guys, that'd be really funny. They do that in this movie. They're like, man, if they just keep saying fuck, we're gonna get a great reaction out of the audience. When Salma Hayek is like, where the fuck are you, you fucking motherfucker, you fuck you, you're just like, it's not funny. It's just not. Are there funny parts of this movie? Sure. The one that I really like is the part in the trailer where Ryan Reynolds is sitting at the bar and there's a bunch of chaos going on behind him and everything is just ramming into each other. There's gunshots going on and he's got this great line. He goes,
I hope they kill him, I really do.
He performed that line really well, actually. That was the one scene I think Ryan Reynolds was trying during. It's just, the movie is so incoherent. I'm going to talk about the sound mixing really quickly. This is a problem I had more so at the beginning than anywhere else. I will say, if anything else, the movie gets better as it goes. Towards the ending of the movie, I was enjoying it more. I will say that. I was enjoying this movie as it went on. But especially at the beginning of this movie is dog shit. The beginning of this movie is terrible. And there is a part, the very opening scene at the beginning, where there's a joke that I missed because the music is so fucking loud, I couldn't hear the dialogue. That's a sound mixing problem. People had that problem with Interstellar. I've seen Interstellar a couple times. I don't have that problem. I can understand the dialogue just fine in all of the scenes. I had that problem in this movie several times, more so towards the beginning, where the music was actually too damn loud that I couldn't hear the dialogue or the jokes or what I was supposed to be hearing. That was really irritating on a technical level, and this movie on a technical level is actually pretty poor. The same thing goes for the visual effects in this thing. Okay. There is, with the CGI blood, like, can we stop with the CGI blood? Of course it's gonna look like shit. It always looks like shit. It looks like garbage in this movie. All of the visual effects look like garbage in this movie. The explosions, to the blood, to the car stunts, they look awful. They look terrible. The movie looks so low budget that it's amazing. It's amazing to me how low budget the movie looks. And that all complements to the action, too, and the action scenes, which should be really good. There's one action scene that's really good for like 5 minutes, but all of these action scenes are 5 minutes too long. They get so repetitive, and they start to get more and more boring as they go. It's like the lightsaber fight in the third Star Wars prequel. The one that everyone defends, even though it's still a bad movie. That's the one that, between Obi-Wan and Anakin, everyone's like, oh, but that lightsaber fight, though. That lightsaber fight was really good. Yeah, for like 10 minutes, when you approach minute 20 of that lightsaber fight, you've gotten bored, because it's just the same thing. That's not how pacing works in movies. You need to have it timed correctly, so it's interesting, yet not over long. It's intense, but not boring. These fight scenes, or action scenes, or chase scenes are interesting for half the run length, and then they just keep going. They overstay their welcome constantly. There's a chase scene where Sam Jackson is like in a boat, and he's driving, and then Ryan Reynolds is on a motorcycle, and he's above him, and they're bunch of cars chasing the boats, and there's like 4 different instances where a car falls into the water and you see Sam Jackson turn like this and then turn back and keep driving. When you've seen that happen a couple of times and you're like, wait, that just happened, you've got a problem. That's all across this movie, and a lot of that feels like it was just trying to have a solid runtime, because there are scenes in this movie that are absolutely pointless. There's a torture scene in this movie that doesn't need to be there. It's just all over the place, and everything in this movie for me combines into the one major problem I had with this. It feels like this movie has absolutely no idea what it wants to be. There are times where it's trying to be a straight-up comedy. There are times where it's trying to be a straight-up action. There's a scene in this movie where Gary Oldman just shoots a guy's wife and fucking kid right in front of him, and it's a really dark scene and really off-putting with the rest of the movie. I don't think this movie knows what it wanted to be. And it's kind of frustrating, because then you get this off-putting comedy, but off-putting action, and then off-putting drama, and then there's this annoying romance that's going on the whole movie that just tries to give character. The exposition is awful. It's really basic exposition. It's like, it's just, you come out of a screenwriting class and go, that's how you do exposition. Let's have the characters say stuff about their backstories to each other. That'll work. Just a really generic and out-of-place way. I don't think this movie knew what it wanted to be, and at the end of the day, it results in just being an incoherent and sloppy movie all across the board. I would not recommend this movie. I don't think it's worth checking out. There's no point to see it. There are better movies out right now. Go check those out. So, what did you guys think? Have you seen The Hitman's Bodyguard? Have you not seen The Hitman's Bodyguard? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.